Okay. So make sure your gear is cleared out of the way. We are going to start in a standing position, but with a tall roller. So find a nice place where you can place the roller in a tall position. And then with hands on the roller, we're just going to use the roller for a little bit of a third point of contact to keep a little sense of support. Start by just shifting your weight slightly, one foot and then the other, but feel that roller solid on the ground. Cool. And then shift your weight over to your left foot. Pick your right leg up, hug your heel in towards your butt, and then start to activate. Activate that hamstring muscle. Squeeze that heel in. Release that foot down. Switch over to the other foot. Pick that left heel up. Hug the heel in towards your butt. Squeeze so you feel that hamstring muscle fire up. Nice. And then release it down. Walk back to a down dog shape. Hands on the roller. Walk your hips back. Let your chest drop down. Beautiful. Lift your gaze, soften your knees, walk yourself forward. We're going to come down seated on our butt, but we're going to keep the roller long ways. This one's a little bit awkward upon looking at it, but I promise you it's beneficial. So just keep in mind that it might look awkward, but it should be good for your body. So you're going to lift your legs up into a tabletop position, and then you're going to bring the roller, and I'm going to spin myself around just so you can see. We're going to stay nice and close up towards where the knees are, but in that muscle tissue. Hands are going to help support the roller just to keep it in that nice level position. And then once you've got this hold, we're just going to start with one leg. So we're going to keep the knees pulling into the roller, but externally rotate your heel. So draw one heel out and bring it back in. So we're just going to stick with that one leg for a few cycles. Mostly this is a strengthening maneuver. So we're finding strength, if you can feel it happening up on the outer edge of that hip, gluteus medius area. So if you want, put your hand on the side of your glutes, and as you swing that foot out, you might feel that muscle action happening. Take one more time on this leg, and then let that leg be stationary, and we're going to take it over to the other side. So we're holding the foam roller in position, just moving out of the leg. And then if it helps you to find it, bring your hand to the outer edge of the hip or to the side of your glutes, and then see if you can just feel that muscle action happening. Nice. Take one more out and in here. And then we're going to move the roller down. So this is where it gets a little bit awkward. So we're going to move it down a little bit. So think middle of the inner thighs. Squeeze into the inner thighs and then come back to that maneuver. We're just going to do 4 on one side. Hold that leg stationary, 4 on the other side. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release. And now we're going to move that roller right up underneath our head. So place it under your head like a pillow. Take a second to rearrange your shoulders, rearrange your tailbone, fix everything up. And then once you're here, just let your hands come out in anatomical position. Let your arms get nice and soft and heavy. Take a nice deep breath. And then just making sure that that roller is safe underneath your skull and not on the soft bones of your neck. Once you feel like it's in a good place, a gentle nod of the head up and down. One more nod of the head up and down. And then let that come to stillness. Pause for a second, take a breath. And now we're going to take it into a side-to-side head turn. Make sure the roller feels like it's still positioned well underneath your skull. The next time your head turns to the right, stay there, take a breath. And then if it feels good to do so, you're going to draw little tiny 1-inch circles in the air with your nose, turning in one direction, but it's a small, small movement. Awesome. And then take those circles and draw them in the other direction. Nice. One more circle around in this direction, and then turn your head back to center. Pause in the center, take a breath. And then when you're ready, turn your head to the left, pause for a second, take a breath. And then start to draw little 1-inch circles in the air with your nose. So it's super small, super mindful. And then take those circles, draw them in the other direction. Nice. One more circle around. And then bring your head back to center, pause, take a breath. And then come back to that gentle nodding of the head up and down. One more nod of the head up and down. And then we're going to keep the head in a neutral position. Hands are going to find the sides of the roller. Lift your head up. We're going to take our arms into a cactus or goalpost position. So as you lift your head up away from the roller, release the roller out from underneath you, and then find that cactus goalpost position. Once you've got your way there, turn your head side to side. And with this position, you're going to put a little bit of push into the ends of the roller. So we want to feel the armpit, chest, and the portions of the arm that get activated. Turn your head one more time each side. And then let your head come to stillness, soften your arms, and take a couple of windshield wipers with the knees. Beautiful. One more rock of the knees side to side. And then as your knees come back to center, we're going to lift the head up, move the roller underneath you a little bit, and then we're going to lift up just slightly so that we can pull that roller underneath the shoulder blades. So we want to get that alignment there. Once you've got the roller underneath your shoulder blades, hands behind the head. Inhale to lean back. Exhale, contract the abdominal muscles to come up. Inhale and lean back. Exhale to come up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, come up, and then keeping a nice firm hold in the back of the head, but a neutral spine. Push into your feet, lift your hips up, and just start to roll the tops of the shoulders. Take one more good roll up and down. And then as you come back towards the bottom of the shoulders, set your butt down, and we're just going to lift the back and torso up away from the roller, moving all the way up and in so that we can place our hands on the roller, lift your butt up, and then sit your butt onto the roller. From here, crisscross your legs, think crisscross applesauce or Sukhasana if you're my yoga friends, and then just give a second to find that comfortable position. So you want to make sure the roller feels like it's a nice little seat. And then once you found your way there, back to the shoulders. Inhale, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them around, down and back. Inhale and lift your shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. One more just like that. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to roll down and back, and then keep this nice upright position with the spine, and we're just going to pull the chin in. So think double chin. We're going to pull in and back, or down and back, however you like to find that little double chin maneuver. Hold it for a second and then release. And then do that again. Make that double chin. Pull the chin down and back. And then release. Awesome. Do that one more time. Pull the chin down and back. And then release. Nice. And then in this seated position, take a light little twist to one side. Take a nice big breath. A nice little twist over to the other side. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then as you come back to center, we're going to release that crisscross in the legs, step your feet about shoulder width distance apart, super generous bend in the knees. Start by just finding that windshield wiper action again, dropping the knees side to side. Awesome. And then start to take it a little further, rolling from side of the glutes to the other side of your glutes. Great. And then the next time you come over to that right side, staying on the side of the glutes, just give a nice good roll up and down. Beautiful. One more roll up and down on this side. And then we're going to take it all the way over and across, finding those left side glutes. And then once you're there, finding that nice good roll up and down. Awesome. One more roll up and down. And then come back to the center and then just find a nice centered seat. So we want to make sure our butt feels like it's good and heavy on the roller, that the legs can extend long. And then we want to find a position with the legs so that we can let the muscles in the thighs get nice and soft and loose. So for everyone, that might look a little different. So once you can find that soft looseness, we're going to take a nice handhold and just twist and turn the muscle tissue in the thigh. So we're going to twist and turn up towards the hip crease, and then twist and turn down towards the knee. Make sure you're not injuring yourself, but you want to find that nice movement. We're moving the skin, we're moving the connective tissue, we're moving the muscles. Awesome. One more up and down on this leg, and then just give a second, give everything a little shake, a little bounce, make sure we're still finding that loose position. And then once you feel like you're there, over to the other leg, and then back to that twisting and turning up towards the hip crease, and then twisting and turning down towards the knee. Nice. One more twist up and down. And then when you're ready, let that go. Give your legs a little shake. Hands are going to find the roller. Step your feet in. We're going to do 3 little tricep dips here. So press into your palms, lift your butt up away from the roller, bend your elbows a little bit, and then push up and away. Bend your elbows just a little bit. Beautiful. Push up and away. One more just like that. Bend your elbows just a little bit. Push up and away, and then set your butt down, and we're going to swing the legs out to one side. So I'll turn and face you, but we're going to set up so we have a little zigzag seat, but really what we want to have access to is that front leg's inner thigh. Once you're there, take your roller, we're going to place it on, and you're going to think kayak row. So a little bit of a twist and turn as you walk the roller up towards the knee joint, only putting as much pressure on as feels safe, and then a little twist and turn as you walk it back in. And you might create just a little bit space so you can come as close to that inner thigh up towards the hip crease as possible. Twist and turn, walk down towards the knee. Twist and turn, walk it back up. Beautiful. One more time, forward and back. Nice. And then keeping that zigzag seated position, take your roller off to the side. So it's on the side that that leg is in front. Take 3 mermaids here. Roll out with control. Reach that top arm up. Lift up, release your hand, and take a little counter stretch. Beautiful. Hand to the roller. Roll out nice and controlled. Lift up nice and easy, and take your counter stretch. Beautiful. One more just like that. Lift up with control, take your counter stretch, and then we're going to grab the roller, take it out in front. So we're going to bring it out in front of that leg that's bent in front of you, and then we're going to walk the roller out to a safe and comfortable distance. You're only going to go as far as feels good to your knee and feels good to your hip. Once you found your length in through that reach, soften through the back of the body, soften your shoulders, soften the back of your neck, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then come up nice and slow and controlled. Lean back into your sits bones, swing your legs around, and then we're taking our zigzag seat to the other side. So once you've got yourself set up, we're going to have access to that inner thigh. Once you're there, come back to that kayak row. So we're kind of twisting and turning, moving up towards the inner thigh or towards the groin area, and then twisting and turning, moving down towards the knee. Cool. One more up and down. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release that roller off to the side and then back to our mermaid. So hand on the roller, we roll out, top arm reaches up, Lift up with control, release that hand, take a little counter stretch. Awesome. Hand to the roller, roll out with control. Lift up nice and strong and take your counter stretch. Beautiful. One more just like that. Take your counter stretch. And then we're going to grab hold of the roller, take it out in front of that leg, and then we're walking it out to a comfortable distance. So you're going to walk out nice and long, reaching through the arms, letting your head soften down, soften your inner thighs, soften the outsides of your glutes if you can. One more breath. And then come up nice and slow. And I'm going to spin myself around, but you can swing your legs out in front of you nice and long. Keep a generous bend, and we're going to just slide that roller right up underneath the knees. So we're going to let our knees relax onto the roller, and then it's a slightly wide position with the legs. So think about shoulder width distance apart, and then think pull the belly up and over, lift the belly up and over, and then fold yourself forward. So you're going to just let your hands fall wherever is the most comfortable, maybe on the ankles or the toes, maybe on the floor beside you. But we want to keep this nice soft bent knee position, and then take 3 nice big breaths here. Wonderful. When you're ready, slowly start to lift yourself up. We're going to move that roller right underneath the calves, and then just start to find that roller walk. Walk it down towards the ankles, and then back up to the tops of the calves where the calves meet the knees. Walk it down and up. Just take a few times, going at your pace. Nice. And then the next time you come to the top or the bottom, you're going to push into your hands, lift your butt up, and take a few good rolls, doing the whole length of the calves. Try to let your calf muscles be as soft as you can. Nice. One more forward and back. And then set your butt down, spin your legs around, find your way into a tabletop position with the roller out in front. Once you've got your way into that tabletop position, we're going to bring the butt slightly back towards the heels, roll out. Think palms all the way to the elbows. Pull the abdominal muscles in to help come back up nice and strong. Palms facing down all the way out to the elbows. Pull back up and in. Nice. One more time like this. Pull it back up and in, and now palms are going to face in towards each other. So we're on the blade edge of the hand. Roll out towards the elbow. And pull it back up in with control. Beautiful. Roll out towards the elbows. Pull it back up and in. One more just like that. Pull it back up and in, and now palms facing up towards the ceiling. So we're working the backs of the hands all the way to the elbows. Pull it back in with control. Beautiful. 2 more to go here. Nice. And then as you pull it back up and in, we're going to place the elbows onto the roller, and then you'll readjust your hips as needed. So we want to sink into the chest and the upper body a little bit. So with the elbows on the rollers, elbows on the roller, let your chest drop down. Take 3 nice big breaths here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, pull the abdominal muscles in, lift up with control. And now we're going to move that roller down so that we can find the tops of the thighs. So come down, elbows and forearms, roller under the thighs. So off of the bony hip points, toes on the ground, elbows and forearms down, and then find a little roll, just working through that top part of the thighs. Beautiful. As you come to the bottom of that roll, bend your knees, swish your heels a little side to side. One more swish side to side, and then relax the toes down to the ground. And then you'll either move it manually or just move it down in any way that works good for you. But we're going to move the roller down to the middle part of the thighs and then work that middle section, rolling up and down, toes on the ground, elbows and forearms are helping find that movement. Beautiful. Come to the bottom of that roll. Bend your knees, swish your heels side to side. Lovely. Relax your toes down to the ground, and we're moving that roller down. So now we're working that bottom part of the thighs. So move it with your hands or just scoot yourself along, whichever works better for you. Once you're there, rock forward and back, staying off of the knee joint. So we want to stay on the meaty part of the thighs. Beautiful. One more roll up and down. And then at the bottom of that roll, bend your knees. Small movement here. Swish your heels side to side. Nice. One more little swish of the heels side to side. And then come back to center, relax the toes down. We're going to push our way back to a tabletop position. So as you come on back, we're going to hop those knees right over the roller, working right into the shins. So knees over the roller, pull your knees up towards your elbows, and then draw the heels back. Beautiful. Take a few times forward and back. One more time forward and back. And then when you're ready, toes are going to come down to the ground. We're going to walk ourselves back so we can bring that roller back out in front of us. But now we're going to bring big toes together. Knees are going to come out nice and wide, those extended child's pose for my yoga friends. And then bring your butt back to your heels. Elbows are going to come down to the ground. And then if you're wearing glasses, take them off for a second, set them somewhere safe. And we're going to place the forehead onto the roller. Once your forehead has found the roller, just take a second. Come back to your breath. Take a nice, generous inhale. Slow exhale. And then if it feels comfortable here, you're going to start to rock your head side to side. As big or as small of a movement as feels right to your head and to your neck and to that pressure point along the forehead. And then just depending on where you placed your forehead on the roller, you might choose to move it up or down. So if you're like near the eyebrow point, maybe you'll move it up closer to the hairline, or if you're up near the hairline, you might choose to move it down a little bit. So maybe rearrange for a second, find a different placement. And then if it feels good, come back to that rocking side to side. Nice, one more little rock side to side, and then bring your head back to center, pause for a moment, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Lift your head away from the roller. If, like me, you had to take your glasses off, take a second to put them back on. And then from here, we're going to find our way up to a downward facing dog position. So hands on the roller, lift your butt away from your heels, curl your toes under, make sure that roller is nice and secure underneath your hands, lift your butt up, find that upside down V shape, walk your feet to an appropriate distance that feels good. So you want to feel a little stretch through the backs of the legs. Take a nice deep breath in. Awesome. And then soften your knees, walk your feet towards the roller. We're going to steamroll the tops of the feet. So with a nice soft bent knee position, walk the roller up towards the ankles, put a little pressure on and walk it down towards the toes. Awesome. One more roll up and down, and then keep the roller on the ground. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up nice and slow and controlled. Right foot's going to step onto the roller, and we're going to start with a nice little soft roll. So just work heel to toe. Beautiful. And then keeping with that soft roll, we're going to externally rotate. So let the knee drop out, find the blade edge of the foot, and then work from the edge of your heel to the pinky toe. Nice. And then when you're ready, internally rotate, find the instep of the foot, which means we might find a shorter range of motion here. Cool. And then bring it back to center, soft roll the full length of the foot. And then when you feel ready, if it feels good to do so, you're going to lean in, put a little body weight on that knee, and then slow your roll so you can take it heel to toe, really mushing through the bottom of the foot. Nice. One more roll through the bottom of the foot, and then keep your toes and the ball of the foot on the roller. Push your heel down to the ground. Lift your torso up. Find that nice good stretch in the calf and Achilles heel. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then release that foot. Set it down on the ground. Pause here for a minute. Take a nice big breath. Reach up and overhead. Bend your knees a little bit. Hinge from your waist. Reach down towards the roller. Once your hands find the roller, press your hands into the roller. Straighten your legs just as much as feels good. And then soften your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll back up to a standing position. Once you come on up, left foot on the roller, and we soft roll from heel to toe. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, externally rotate your knee. So we find the blade edge of the foot. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, internally rotate, finding the instep and maybe a shorter range of motion here. Nice. And then bring your foot back to that neutral position, soft roll the bottom. And then if it feels good to you, you're going to lean a little body weight on and then slow your roll down. Beautiful. One more roll through the bottom of the foot, and then keep the toes and the ball of the foot on the roller. Slide that heel down towards the ground. Lift your torso. Find that nice good stretch in the calf. Take a nice big breath. Nice. And then release that foot down to the ground. So both feet even on the ground. Take a nice big breath. Reach up and overhead. Soft bend to the knees. Hinge from your waist. Fold down towards the roller. Hands are going to find the roller. Press into the roller. Straighten your legs just as much as feels good. Beautiful. And then bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll back up to a standing position. Shrug out your shoulders. You guys are amazing. Nice work today. Happy Friday.